believe because the financial detriment that something like if you introduce something like weed, that would have a massive, massive impact on the painkiller industry.
Oh yes, like medicated marijuana.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Exactly. And you you.
So do you think that's why they're so reluctant to make that legal?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably fair. Yeah.
And I know people who. And I remember I had someone on who posed this to me, and he really made a very interesting case. I thought, wow, that's actually might be right. And we were talking about psychedelics, and he was saying that's why they don't want psychedelics, because psychedelics, by nature, encourage a free thinking mind, and they encourage the mind to
open your mind.
To see things differently and ask questions. They basically, if you really want to boil it down, they make you ask questions. About everything.
Yeah.
And then the idea is that you
become hard to control, right?
Yeah, pretty much. These companies don't want you to ask these questions.
Yep.
And I was like, maybe.
You're probably right.
Maybe. The world's fucked. So every time I hear something like that, I'm just like, maybe. Like, everything is so bad. I'm just like, it might be true. I don't want it to be true, but...
So pessimistic of you.
I'm so pessimistic. I've actually become so pessimistic.
Just aged, mate.
Not as much as you have. But you know about MK Ultra?
I've heard of that. What is it?
So MK Ultra was a program that, because I say this because I've been reading about it and listening a lot about it lately. It was a program through like 50s, 60s, 70s where the CIA was experimenting with LSD to figure out mind control.
I think I watched a documentary or something.
Yeah.
Would I have? No, maybe not.
Maybe. No, 100%. Very possibly. But so the CIA was experimenting with LSD to basically be able to mind control.
Right.
And they were using people as guinea pigs and prisoners and low-level convicts and shit like that as basically human guinea pigs.
Yeah. And
the network of it, and I am so convinced that this is true. So convinced. You would know who Charles Manson is.
Yes. Yeah.
Charles Manson was an MK Ultra patient.
Really?
Yeah.
When he was in prison?
Before that. So before he became crazy, he was doing some really low-level crime, like Grand Theft Auto,
and then he was robbery. An MK Ultra patient.
And they think that's what made him so batshit.
Contributed to it,
Yeah, and the CIA deliberately kept him out of prison.
Yep.
Because before he got to the point where he was killing people, he was in the interval. So when they suspect he was inducted into MK Ultra, and then final point being him killing those people.
Yep.
In that interval period, he was still committing crimes, and they kept catching him committing crimes like damaging, assault, sexual assault, stealing cars, shit like this.
Yeah.
And they would catch him, and they kept letting him go.
While they were using him for...
Well, the theory is the CIA were keeping him out of prison because he was basically like a field test.
Right.
And they were like, we want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Honestly, MK Ultra isn't a conspiracy, so that's legit.
Yeah.
The conspiracy part is Charles Manson being a part of it.
Yeah, right.
But there's a lot to suggest that
that's crazy.
He was, like crazy amounts. But so that's what they reckon. And another patient who was inducted into MK Ultra. This is horrible. This is pretty grim stuff. But because it failed completely.
Yeah.
And all that it did was basically just drive people insane.
Right.
And this guy was a subject of MK Ultra, gets out, and this is the horrible part, but he raped and killed a 4-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's pretty about as horrible as it gets.
And then had no idea about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And gave
Sounds like an unsuccessful venture from the government.
Yeah. But I find stuff like that so interesting.
Yeah, right.
And it makes me pessimistic as fuck. Shit like that is why I'm pessimistic.
I mean, I can't blame you.
I can't help it. We've had plenty of combos where I'm just doom and gloom.
Yeah.
The whole thing is fucked. But, oh well.
But we move.
We move. It almost scares me. I was thinking the other day, I was like, maybe it's almost better to just live in like a blissful ignorance.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Is it?
That's like at the end of that. What's what's that? The Matrix film at the end when he gets to choose have you seen the Matrix?
Yeah, of course I've seen the Matrix.
The bald guy at the end, he gets to choose whether he wants to go back into the simulation and be rich and just like have no idea about the truth.
Yeah.
And he chooses to go and do that.
Yeah, because
red pill, blue pill.
Yeah,
vibe.
like do you want to just live out your life? Like, what was another? Is that
In blissful ignorance.
Yeah, that's what movies? Oh my god, I'm tripping. What movie is that?
What when they follow his whole life?
No, and there's one point where he's sort of just like, is it Memento?
I haven't seen Memento, but it might be.
I'm trying to think whether it was Memento or not, because at the end,
Is it
I think it is Memento, because he is a very complicated movie, but he has amnesia and he's trying to find his wife's killer, but it's, spoil it. Oh, I won't spoil it. But anyway, at the end, he basically has that moment where he realizes some massive truth,
right?
but by realizing that massive truth would kind of leave him aimless and without purpose in life.
Yeah, because his purpose, his whole period has
was
been finding
based
it out.
on this other lie.
Right.
So, and he has amnesia, but he chooses to not remind himself, because that's how he like leaves notes and pictures and shit.
Have you seen the film Shutter Island?
Yeah.
Same at the end when he's like, he chooses, the quote at the end is like, would you rather live your life as a monster or die as a good man or something like that? And because he doesn't want to believe that he's a bad person, so he just pretends to be good and gets lobotomized.
Yeah, that's it. And it's sort of watch movies and you're like, oh, why would you do that? But
makes so much sense.
It's, you sort of think, because man, I'm so pessimistic. Fuck.
That's
I feel like the world is just so fucked.
There are some good aspects.
Name some.
Coffee.
True. Alright, touche. But like, like higher ups and it's wild.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And it's like, okay, and there's so much that it's almost impossible to wrap your mind around all of it.
The human mind wasn't designed to be able to do this complex things like that.
And it's kind of like...
My mind just wants to wake up, drink coffee, sit in sun.
And that's the thing. Would you rather...
Go for a swim at the beach.
Yeah. Would you rather just go about your day, like go have your job, live your simple life, have a family, grow old, and just, enjoy where you live without knowing...
Like humans were supposed to.
The true horrible fucking nature of the world?
I mean, probably the first one.
Would you?
I don't know. I haven't lived a whole life yet, so...
Neither. Yeah, I don't know. There's just... Because there's so much... Like the CIA, they definitely killed JFK.
Such a wild accusation, but maybe.
No, I'm dead on it.
Did you watch that JFK documentary recently?
No, I read this book.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. No, so here.
Why did they kill him?
Because, here's why. Like, just before he died, like days, weeks before he died, he came out with his plans to disband the CIA.
Oh, really? So then they killed him.
So the CIA run everything.
Yeah.
And
so just a central
intelligence agency.
Yeah.
So, and he comes out and says, I'm getting rid of it. We don't need it.
Right.
I'm fucking it off. We're going to rejig it. We're going to restructure it. And the current CIA, they're going to replace it with something. But the current CIA, in the way that it is, gone.
Done.
Next minute, dead.
No.
3 bullets from 3 different places.
Wasn't the guy's name like Lee Harvey Oswald or something?
Lee Harvey Oswald was a pawn for the CIA. I'm telling you.
You probably know the truth.
I would say I know it. He was a pawn for the CIA.
Yeah.
And they set him up to take the fall for it.
Right.
They had him shoot. They had 2 other shooters who were like the CIA's marksmen. It was 3 bullets fired at JFK, all from different angles.
How many of them hit him?
So 2 hit him.
Yeah.
1 missed.
Yeah.
The one that missed was the one coming from where Lee Harvey Oswald was.
Right.
So the theory goes, the CIA set him up.
The conspiracy theory.
Yes. Stop ruining my fun. The CIA set him up.
Yeah.
Say, we'll sort you out. You'll be sweet. No worries. We'll pay you, etc. You shoot him. and he was just the fall guy, they couldn't trust him to do it. So they set up 2 actual marksmen,
Yeah.
different places. They shot, they killed him, and then they just vanish, and everyone points the finger at Lee Harvey Oswald
Poor Lee.
and says that was him. Oh, he's still a scumbag, but
I was joking. I think he's a scumbag too.
yeah. So I'm just saying.
The fucking world.
I'm just saying. The moon landing wasn't real.
You should watch the JFK documentary. It's really good.
On what?
I think it's on Netflix. My dad was watching it the other day. I sat down and watched it with him.
What was it? Is it about
It's
his
about his
assassination?
life. It's about his presidency and stuff. How he got there.
Oh yeah, that actually would be very
He's a
interesting.
good dude.
I listened to the episode on Joe Rogan's podcast with his nephew. Is it the one who's currently running for president?
I have no idea.
Robert F. Kennedy, I believe his name is.
Of course. The American loves having family members continue to run for president, don't they?
He's an interesting guy.
Who?
The new Kennedy.
Right. What does he believe in?
Lots.
Right. I'll look him up. I'll have a look. Yeah.
No, he's got some interesting points of view. That's for sure.
Was he on Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
I've never